the summer. And yeah, the full tokenomics will be shared with the community probably like in the middle of like phase three. Yeah, since like we also want to collect some information about the token we distribute to our community in phase three and how to calculate these things there. Yeah, so the full tokenomics will be shared with the community in the mid or like late of like phase three. Yeah, hope that answers the question here.
Yeah, I think those are some great answers, Leo. And the Phil's Mexanich will be quite happy with those responses. So our question number two is from our Venus user underscore Fakiro. And they asked, hello, as I understand it, in phase three, it will be possible to use additional keys to run multiple provers or verifiers under the same main address. Also, it seems that the frequency of receiving tasks will depend on the amount of staked tokens. So the question is, how will this system work if multiple provers or verifiers are running under a single address? Will the task distribution take into account the total number of active instances, or will it still be limited by the amount of stake, regardless of how many are running?
Okay, yeah, so that's a very good question. Yeah, so first of all, like in phase three, like we allow people to plug in several devices under the same reward address. Yeah, so like in phase two, we don't have this like a concept of devices like for people to use. So basically, one reward address only maps to one working address. But in phase three, like the things will change there. So like people can use like multiple devices to join like Fuzzy network. Um, the f- like as we know like for as like current design probably like in the first 2 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks of phase three you don't need to stake any token to join as a prover or verifier, but like after this grace period of like about 2 to 3 weeks you need to actually like stake some tokens to receive to join to be eligible to receive the task. um, yeah, so if there are like multiple provers or like verifiers like under a single address, so like we will treat so right now the thing is like we treat each reward address as just one. So even if you have like multiple devices there, you are still um getting the amount of like same task with your peers of like stake almost the same token. Yeah, but the more you stake, then probably like the yeah, since you have like multiple devices and yeah, probably like you can use like several devices to run like several different tasks since like you are getting like more tasks than than this like users who stake less token. Yeah, so that's for the first part. The task distribution, um, yeah, the task distribution will takes into the account of like the number of devices there. And yeah, as I just said, like we will treat the reward address as like as one, but with higher this like stake token, then you can get like more task. And if you have like multiple devices, you can finish this all these tasks like in time to get the rewards. But if you stake a lot of like token, but you only run just one device, then you are not capable to uh to fulfill the other task with assigned to you. Yeah, so like you may want to like do some calculation to say like how many devices is like of the can achieve the best interest for you.
Great, thank you for that well articulated answer, Leo. And that should give some clarity for Fakira's question. So our third question today is from our Mars user, Seong Do or don't know. And their question is according to the roadmap, the TGE is scheduled for Q2. When will the physical mining machines be available for purchase?
There will be some delay for the TG. So the TG will happen hopefully like in summer. In summer or like earlier fall. So that's like in Q3. Yeah, so that's TGE. Yeah, since like we are adding like more features like to Sensei network, and this will cause some delay due to this like technical advancement, and we will also take into market condition into consideration. So the TG will somehow be delayed a little bit. The physical mining machine, like so, like I'll probably like do some teaser here as upcoming phase 3. So in addition to the ZK machine, we will also have some other mining machines coming to our community in the coming months. And I guess the latest one probably also will happen in summer for the physical mining machine. Yeah. So just stay tuned for that. We will release like more details on what this like mining machines for.
I love a teaser, Leo. Thanks for sharing that with the guys. And I hope everybody here listening is fired up about that as well. Getting a little bit of teasers on our mining machines and what we'll have available for the community. So our fourth question. This is from our OG user. Their name is 6S 1153, and they're asking, I'm curious about the duration and specific hardware specifications for phase 3. Um, so additionally, regarding the node sale plan for early next year, will the TGE occur before this, possibly in Q3 or Q4? So I guess the first question here is, can you tell us a little bit about the duration and the specific hardware specs for phase 3? And will the TGE occur before the node sale?
Okay, yeah. So first of all, like we will have like several different kinds of like requirement for the hardware. So like for phase 2 is like mainly for this like ZK proof generation, and it's mainly for the Halo 2 ones. The Halo 2 ones have a very high requirement on the memory. Yeah, but for phase 3, it seems like we are expanding, not only support this like ZK project, we will also have support for other computing intensive project. So we will release requirement on the hardware. Um, yeah, so that's for the first question. The second, the node sale was on like the other sale, of course, will happen before TGE. And yeah, so we just want to like compensate our community members for supporting SciSig. So it's yeah, so the no sale problem like will happen in I guess like late Q2. So that's based on the current plan. Yeah, we will release like more details on that and more information on the no sale or like other sales like of like SciSig network in the coming months. Yeah.
Nice. More and more information is coming out. I appreciate you being so transparent today, Leo, and I'm sure everybody listening does as well. So, our question number 5, this is from our Nova user, Elon Musk. The username a little bit misspelled there, but they asked, are there any existing partnerships or collaborations with major blockchain projects to integrate ZK proof acceleration into their ecosystems?
Yeah, we have like several upcoming announcements with this blockchain pro project to incorporate the ZK proof generation acceleration. And in addition to that, we will also have some other collaboration announcements happening soon. So which are not in ZK, but still like require a lot of like computing power for that. Yeah.
And you guys, if you're curious, about our partnerships and want to know about them as soon as it's available to know about them, make sure you follow us on our Twitter because all the partnership announcements will be posted there. So if you guys are following the SISIC Twitter, be sure to do so, and then you can stay in the loop with any kind of upcoming partnerships that we announce. All right, Leo, our sixth question here from our Discord user Nova, our Nova user Joe Chef 1995. And they asked, what are the biggest challenges your team has faced so far in developing your project, and how do you plan to overcome them moving forward? And the second part of the question is, can you share more about your long-term vision and how you see the project evolving over the next few years?
Yeah, I would say that's a very broad question. I'll try to answer it like from my best knowledge here. The biggest challenge facing so far is like the marketing or like the community is like changing a lot in the past months. Yeah, so previously people have a very high expectation from like ZK. But as you know, like the even the big brothers of like ZK communities, they are not performing well. And yeah, so like I think we need to, of course, do some change according to the market condition, also to the community's like emotion about that things. Yeah, we want the community members who support ethic, yeah, to have their fair cut or like fair reward by putting so much effort in supporting ethic. Um, yeah, so those are the biggest challenges we are facing so far. I would say the technical ones, they are not the biggest. And like we can of course like solve these technical challenges. We have a very experienced team, a very smart team who can overcome the technical part. But there are some parts like which we Celtic as a staff we cannot control, and which means like we need to also do some proper like non-tech change to make sure like the supporters of Celtic get their reward. The long-term version, yeah, since like we started as a hardware acceleration company, and then we expand to provide like more software service here. So the long-term version is to say like we want to build um not the NVIDIA in ZK, but NVIDIA in the blockchain community. Like we want to help the blockchain community to accelerate their not only their like proof generation, but also their like processing speed. And we will like evolve uh, based on this like motto in mind in the next few years.
Great, thank you, Leo, for sharing your answer there about the future, and what's been going on in the space here, so everybody can have a good idea about what they can expect from SISIC as a long term project. So you guys, as you know, as I've been spamming in the chat here, um, it's time for you guys to ask your community questions, and have a chance for Leo to answer them. So, everybody, if you have any questions, please type them up in the chat here. Leo, I believe Vadim here has the first question here regarding the phase 2 reward distribution. And then from there, we can just kind of move on and go down the list.
Okay, let me skim through the chat. Okay, let me see where is the first question by from Vadim. Um, yeah, I'm not able to find that question, I guess.
It's no problem, Leo. I can read it out for you. So
Okay, sure,
Vadim's
yeah.
question is, in is the current phase 2 reward distribution final, or will there be adjustments? Staking doesn't seem to be reflected yet. Will it be factored in later?
Okay. Yeah, so the phase 2, since we closed phase 2, I guess 2 weeks ago. So the phase 2 rewards are final. The phase 2 reward distribution, they are final. They will not be any adjustment on the concrete numbers in CVS or CGT for phase two. Staking doesn't seem to be reflected yet. I Yeah, so probably like you need to be more specific on that. You mean like some if you like you stake some tokens and you haven't received the your rewards. Yeah, if that's the case, please share your address with us. We will take a look at there. Yeah, since like we take a snapshot at I guess a certain height number of our blockchain, and if you're like if you haven't received the staking or like if the staking reward is not right now reflected or displayed in your portal, then we will check inside and get back to you. Yeah. Okay, so that's the first question. The second question is from Gold. So in the case of apps, most people were unable to mine successfully. Will normal mining be possible in phase three? So in phase three, of course, like we will, like I guess, like by mining you mean the verifier like accepting task. Yeah. So in phase three, like we will have more task incoming and like not only the ZK task but also some other computation task. Yeah. So yeah, so like if you plug in like you using your cell phone or yeah your laptop as a verifier, then you can of course get a lot of rewards. Okay. Okay, the next question is from self-needy my sandwich. When will the leaderboard on Prover start working? I guess like we close it after phase two, and previously it's there. Why are the deadlines for TG constantly shifting? Yeah, so like yeah, so the white paper or the timeline for TG like was like tentatively set to be like Q2 from last year. But as we are adding like more features to Sensing testnet to Sensing network, so and also considering the market conditions, so we will somehow adjust, do a little bit adjustment on the TG timeline to make sure the community have a like decent rewards. Okay. Okay, then the next question, will the tokenomics is from bands? Will the tokenomics be revealed soon in the near future? Yeah, as I said, it will be revealed like in in the second half of our testnet phase three. Yeah, since we need to take into consideration the token distribution for testnet phase three and yeah.
All right, moving on to our last question for the night here.
Okay. The next question, okay, is from Twist Off. So in your opinion, as of today, will phase three be final? Will you need more time? How long will phase three last? I guess you want to ask, will phase three be the last phase of our testnet? If that's your question, then yes, yeah. So phase three will be the last phase of our testnet, and after that, we will have the mainnet. We'll need more time. Yeah, so like we will bring phase three live probably like in late April or early May. And how long will it last? It will last about like 2 months. Yeah.
Great. Leo, thank you so
Okay.
much for answering the community's questions today. You guys, everybody here listening, thanks again for joining. You know, I know it's a little bit like we're in limbo while we're waiting for phase three, but you know, we got lots of new features coming, lots of big exciting updates. So you guys just stay tuned, hang tight until phase three, and keep on joining our biweekly calls with Leo. Again, SciSig is the community. We're built off of using the community as our verifiers and approvers. So everybody here that's joined, thank you so much. I love seeing the community in action. And we will catch you guys in 2 weeks for another update call. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye.